Okay. Yay! Okay, guys, thank you so much for jumping on. We have, this is a really special sort of web conference. This is our first ever Ruby and Up leadership training. And we've been wanting to do this a really long time for you guys. Your Diamond Leaders and I have been wanting to put together some really amazing trainings for you guys to help you get from Ruby to Diamond. So we have two very special guests on with us. And we have Connor Stewart. She is a current presidential to be ambassador. And then we have, oh my gosh, now I'm not going to say it right, Natasha Kahane. Yes?
Yes.
Oh, can you say it? I didn't say it right. I know I didn't.
You did. Natasha Kahane.
That's so beautiful. Natasha is joining us from Hawaii. And I want to talk to you first, Natasha, if that's okay. I was posting on the leadership pages asking for, you know, very special volunteers to jump on and pour into us. And your upline specifically said, you need to talk to my girl, Natasha. And because you have an incredible story, and I went over it just briefly on our page, but we would love to hear it from you. Would you tell us just about your amazing adventure in the past couple months?
Sure. Okay. So, hi everybody. I'm Natasha. I'm from Maui. I started at Works in May. I promoted within to a Ruby within a month, and I stayed there I got pregnant and I stayed there until this February. And my boyfriend jumped on my team, and he did not even promote to a Ruby. He was a distributor. So in February, Carrie came down, my upline came down in January, and we did a little training. Before she left, she asked me, where do I see myself? I'm so sorry, you guys. And I told her I saw myself as a diamond because my upline was there and she saw herself as a diamond, so I didn't kind of want to outrank her. You know, when I truly saw myself as a double diamond. And then she sat down with me and she's like, really, where do you see yourself, next month? And I was like, I truly see myself as a double. She left. Oh, let's rewind. My boyfriend is not a fan of It Works. We've fought for the past 9 months because of It Works. He was not on board with me whatsoever. February 1st, I told him, do not say one negative thing about my business. Just let me do my thing and give me one more month to prove that I can, make more money than you. So he's like, okay, I'll give you it. 2 weeks down the line, I promoted to Emerald. A week after that, I promoted to Diamond. He went straight from a distributor, straight to Emerald. When I promoted to Diamond, he promoted to Emerald. When I promoted, it was the last day, I think the 30th, the 28th, I promoted to a double diamond, and he promoted to a diamond. And it was crazy. Crazy.
So what did you do during the month of February that was different from what you had done previous months?
I put my 110% into my business. I've stayed up till 2:00 in the morning every single day, charting my team, concentrating on volume, just doing personal development on what I can do better, keeping my team positive. I gotta say my team is very strong. I also asked him when I was promoting to Diamond, I told him that I needed, I think it was 13 more distributors. I said, this is what I need from you. I need you to help me find distributors. In 2 days, he found me 9 distributors. 2 days. And those 9 people I've asked previously, and they told me no.
So what did he do for you to help them kind of get off the fence?
Because I'm just a basic, simple, hey, have you ever heard about It Works? Would you want to join my team? to make more income. He explains the opportunity, like, so he goes into detail. He's a businessman. He's a tattoo artist, so he kind of has this mindset. And he just explains to them and shows them that the possibilities that can come from joining our team. People tell me like, oh, I'm busy, oh, I don't have time, oh, I work. And I tell them my story. I have 2 kids, babies, 1 and 2 years old. My nephew is 3 years old. I watch him every day. I pick up my brother and sister from school every day, take them to football practice. I own a barber shop. I manage and answer calls all day long. And yet I still find 2 to 3 hours in my day to run my business. Even if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, people think I'm crazy messaging them at 2 in the morning. I still message them.
So how many people do you think that you talk to, whether it be on Facebook or in person, in the month of February, like total?
Ooh. Put it this way, I think from like February 11th is when I started getting into it. I've messaged at least 100 people a day.
Wow.
If not new people, I re-message the people I've talked to, just following up. I'm always small, so it's not like I walk door to door. I don't build my business from me walking around town. I seriously work on social media.
And where do you find the people to follow? Do you go onto community pages and start adding friends that way? Or how have you built your market, so to speak?
Sorry guys, hold on. Take this out of your mouth. What is this? Sorry.
Okay.
So people who like my post, I'll go to their page and I'll go to their most recent picture and maybe follow those people who liked it, because that they're active accounts. I've noticed that people most of my distributors I signed up are people who don't like my post. So just because somebody likes your post doesn't mean that they're interested in your products or business. It's the people who are silent and don't show you any interest who are interested.
So let me ask you this. I think a tough thing for a lot of us is when you have a new distributor, getting them to 400 like you need them to be. So many promotions can be missed when you have brand new distributors and you're afraid to really push them and have them get those first 4 loyal customers like in 2 or 3 days. How did you make that happen?
So yeah, that happened to me. I had like 5, 6 legs, 7 legs who didn't have 400, and it was like a week away. I literally gave them loyal customers. I had to hustle my loyal customers, and even though that meant me building somebody else, giving them that free for loyal customers, like, it helped the both of us, and I put my mindset as in, if I want to succeed, my whole team has to succeed, and if I have to help them build, that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? Just some people build slower, and I feel like if you give people that loyal customers and even one distributor, it's gonna motivate them. I'm sorry, guys.
That's okay. That's okay. So your 3 or 4 hours that you were.
Sorry, guys. Yes.
That's okay. Go ahead and get situated.
I'm just gonna run away from her. Okay, go ahead.
Half the time I'm in my closet, like hiding from my kids. In that 3 or 4 hours of time that you have to work your business, what would your time look like?
So first, like, I have a spreadsheet. I'm sure you guys have a lot of distributors, but for me to keep track of them, I write down their names and I write little tallies on the side of their names to let me know how much loyal customers they have. I also write down the date they started. As soon as I get that situated, I concentrate on messaging people. So I'll message about 50 people, and then I'll go back to my charts, because sometimes Facebook locks you out of messaging. So I'll write to 50 people, and then I'll go back and, relook at my charts, relook who needs how much volume, and that's how I base moving my loyal customers to my distributors. So if it's a big order, somebody who has like 3 loyal customers only ordering 30 volume.
I think your video.
That's where I'm gonna move my next loyal customer. That 3 hours I concentrate on, I message my team. I concentrate, I message them and tell them, you guys need to tell me what you guys need help with. Then I can write little notes and be like, okay, she's struggling on distributors, but she's getting loyal customers, So if I can give her one distributor, maybe it will motivate her, a little bit more. And she can start building her team off that one distributor, I guess you could say. Yeah.
So we have a question from Steph Murray. She's about to go triple diamond. She's got a question for you.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You want me to ask it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, in these messages that you're messaging, your 100, new people a day, you said that you were contacting. What are you saying in those messages?
So sometimes I switch it up, but I switch it up between, I say like simple. I'm like, hey, my name is Tasha. If I told you could get paid for being nice to people, would you want to know more? Or I say something like, that one catches a lot of people. Like I've got 8 distributors off that. Last one.
Nice to people.
Okay.
Yes. I also say like, hey, hold on, yeah, guys. Sorry, guys. Hold on one moment. I say, hey, I'm looking for new team members to join my team. If I told you can make an extra $500 a month plus qualify for $1,000 bonus, would you be interested in knowing more? I'd say out of the. Oh, go.
So I'm so sorry. Those are people that you've never talked to before. Those are the messages that like
yes,
cold
but
messages essentially.
Yes, but the thing is, before I even cold message people, I go on their page and maybe I'll like some of their pictures, or I'll comment on it. So it's not like I'm just a stranger out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Do you have like a certain amount of time, that you're, being thoughtful on their page before you message them?
Yes, I usually most of the people, see here it's hard because most of local people, we've all seen each other before, we're a small island. So, but like when I add random people like in the mainland, I'll maybe wait at least 5 or 6 days.
Okay.
So I'll work on the people who I know. Also, like when you first started your business, you asked your family about joining your team and they've all told you no. Well, I went back to those people and I told them, this is the rank I'm going for, this is where you could be, and I promised 3 of them joined my team because of that.
Okay.
The people who told me no.
Okay. And then when you do follow-up messages, is it just super simple too? Like, hey, I have so many spots left in a challenge, whatever. What do you say to for like the distributor side for following up? Like, that's super simple too?
Yep. I'm just like, hey, doing my weekly follow-ups. If you're still interested, let me know. If you're not, let me know so I can, stop doing my weekly follow-ups. I've never gotten somebody that tell me, oh, I'm not interested anymore. They're usually like, oh my God, yes, I'm still interested. I'm so sorry, I've just been so busy.
Okay.
So I let them know, if they're not interested anymore, to let me know. But they usually tell me like, oh, yes, I'm still interested, that kind of stuff.
And you get a lot that ignore?
Yeah.
You just follow up again the next week?
I'll do weekly follow-ups. I've talked to one of my uplines and I asked them, how do you know when to stop messaging somebody, She's like, when they put a tiara on you. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. She's like, I'm serious, when they start blocking you. And luckily, I've never gotten anybody block me. Oh, he's in the room. But usually maybe, and then after, like if I follow up with them every week for like a month, so 4 times, I'll usually let it go, and they'll message me when they're ready, I guess. That's why
Okay,
I try not to bother them, but
I know it's like that fine line of where do you stop? So okay, perfect.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
I sort of love the idea of saying, I'm going to follow up with you weekly until you answer me. Let me take my weekly follow-up list if you don't want me to bother you anymore. I have never said that. That's amazing. I kind of like that.
And then, like, another thing is, like, I was so bummed. There was one night, like, I told my team, like, consistency is the key. There was one night I dozed off about 12:30. And a distributor was on my page. And she went to the part where, she was at the part where it says auto shipment.
Oh no, your Wi-Fi is getting.
And I didn't answer, stand up under somebody else.
Oh no.
Hello? Sorry guys, sorry. I was running around. But yeah, and and that's why I tell my people, like, just that 15 minutes of me dozing off, she signed up under somebody else. I was devastated.
I don't blame you. How did you do you spend any time doing personal development? Or had you?
I do here and there. It is really hard, with my busy life, but I do, and like, another thing is, like, posting. Yeah, with posting, I do the airplane mode. That helps me so much. But other than that, I mean, I just try to take some, like, 3 hours, by myself, and just see what I can do for my team and see how I can better my business. Whether I don't read books how most people do. I hate reading, but yeah.
Okay, I have one more question for you. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Okay, so what percentage of the time do you think you spend, how when your last promotion you said that you filled those boxes? Are you spending most of your time looking for new people, or are you spending a chunk of time, like, trying to help your new distributors? Like, sometimes I kind of feel like I'm, like, bothering them in a sense. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm challenging them and asking if they need help, but would my time be better just focusing on adding new loyal customers and distributors?
Yeah, that's the hard part. I do it myself because I feel like okay, put it this way. I meet with my distributors at least I meet with them, like, 5 of them a day. Just doing one-on-one training. So I just show them the steps to success, and I tell them, like, while I'm still looking for distributors and loyal customers, I tell them, like, if you guys have any distributors or loyal customers, to text me, and let me know. I can, they're like, oh, what do I say? So I give them things to say. But, yeah, that's, I try to, as soon as I sign them up, I try to teach them the steps to success, like, ASAP, so it's not, like, only me working, my team. And, I don't want them to think I forgot about them, because I really didn't. But
okay, cool. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Natasha, thank you so much for jumping on this call with us. You are nowhere, like, in our upline or anything, and you did not earn a single penny for your business by spending this time with us. So I just want to say thank you so much. I think we all learned a lot from y'all. Did anybody want to unmute yourself and ask any questions from Natasha? Speak now or forever hold it. Okay. Thank you so much again.
Thank you, guys.
I want to turn the time over to Connor Stewart. Connor, I shared your story that you posted on the Escape page earlier today.
First of all, can you hear me? Because my speaker kind of sucks, so I want to make sure you can hear me.
You're really quiet, but I hear you.
Okay, perfect.
I did share your story with everybody, so everyone has sort of heard your story, the in-depth one. But if you would, please just, it's one thing to read it. It's another to hear it. So would you just tell us about yourself.
I swear. Well, I'm Connor. I'm from South Dakota, and I'm 23 years old. I started the business in, it would have been March 31st of 2015, so end of the month will be my year, which is really exciting and crazy. Since you guys probably read my posts on, you probably know a little background, but I'll share with you short and simple. Basically, after graduating high school, sorry. Sorry. Okay, so after graduating high school, I moved out to California, and I was out there for. Okay, shut the door. Okay, go. Shut the door. Go see Tanner. Okay, Nana. Go see Tanner. Sorry. So I graduated high school, moved out to California. I had originally planned on going to performing arts school for dance until I got injured. And after I got injured, I wasn't dancing anymore, and that was after about 12 years of dancing. So it was a big change for me, and I just was really lost in life. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't have anywhere for school set up. I was just basically living out in California, and I got really into partying and drugs and alcohol. And when I moved back to South Dakota about 3 months or 4 months later, I started going to our university in Sioux Falls. And basically, I didn't go to class. I went to college to party and to cheerlead. And so, I just really started going downhill. And I actually got kicked out of college the second semester of my sophomore year, which was a huge, eye-opener. I didn't drop out. I got kicked out. I just didn't go to classes and wasn't maintaining a GPA, so they kicked me out. And that was probably, I'd say, that was the darkest spot of my life. But to myself, I didn't realize it. I thought I was a normal college student doing the normal things at that age. And I had moved in with my boyfriend at the time. And long story short and simple, I'm very open about this, so I hope it doesn't throw anybody off. But I was raped at his house one night at a party. I didn't actually know what had happened to me until about a week or so later, and the guy who raped me admitted it to my face. And it was really, it was really hard. It still is hard for me, but it was really hard that my boyfriend dumped me. People who I thought were my friends left. They weren't for me anymore. They were like, "Oh, you did this to yourself. You got yourself in this situation." I even took it to the authorities, and they did what they could with it. But it's our police force here and detective force here did not. I won't go into that. But he got off without charges. He got off without charges, and at that point in time, I was like, okay, it's time to wake up. My drinking has got me to this point, and I'm afraid to know what would happen if it got any further. But 2 weeks later, I was drinking again, and just partying, doing drugs, drinking, all of that, and finally it came to a halt in June of 2013, if I'm doing the math right. And my parents put me in the rehab. And I was not prepared for it. I didn't want to be there. I didn't think I had a problem. I thought, like I said earlier, I was doing everything normal college student, 19-year-old girl was doing. But it turns out it was not normal what I was doing and how much I was drinking. And I was on a 30-day inpatient treatment. I had no cell phone, no communication, no internet, TV, nothing. And when I got out, my life just really changed. I dropped my old friends. I realized they weren't my friends. I pretty much just hung out with my parents and my family, which was fine. I had a lot of people telling me I was gonna relapse and everything else, and I was just determined to prove them wrong. And about 10 months later, I found out I was pregnant, and that was just a huge eye opener to me. 10 months sober, and they kind of have a rule when you're in treatment. Don't have any relationships until you're a year clean, because you need to take that year to focus on yourself and find you and take care of yourself. And here I was pregnant. And so I think, it was a huge eye-opener and a shock to my boyfriend and I. But at the same time, she's been a blessing in disguise. And I think the biggest thing I was worried about was how I was going to take care of that little girl that was growing inside of me financially. I knew I could love her. I knew I could care for her. You know, I knew I could grow up and be a mom for her, but I was really afraid on how I was going to do it financially. So I was working at the bank part-time as a teller, and, you know, then 9 months later, I had my daughter. Her name's Presley. She's now 2. And about, I don't know when it was, but a few months before my daughter turned 1, I met my upline, who's Carrie Bauer. She just went ambassador last month. And, you know, I met Carrie through our boyfriends because they played football together. And she's like, you know, I'm doing this new business and I'm paying off my debt and paying my car payment. And she was just, you know, loving life. You know, she had extra money to go shopping. And here I'm just thinking about, I need extra money to buy diapers. And so I watched her for that next year. And after my daughter turned 1 in January, about 3 months later, so in March, I was like, okay, I need to do this, because if I keep watching, I'm just going to be sitting here where I'm sitting and living paycheck to paycheck, worrying about my car payment, like gut-wrenching feeling when you're at the grocery store and you have to check out and you're like, oh my gosh, that's my bill, let me put something back. I was done. I didn't want to feel that way anymore. So I jumped on board with Carrie. And it was during the time that the Ruby bonus was $1,000, so what it is right now. And that first week, I remember I called Carrie and I was freaking out. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Like, this is impossible. Who's going to want to join my team? Like, I don't know anything about the products myself, let alone how to recruit someone. And next thing I knew, you know, I told myself, though, I failed so many times in the past, let my family down so much. I'm going to prove everybody wrong and I'm going to make this work. And as many times as I doubted myself, I snapped out of it right away, and I did what I had to do. And by the end of the month, in April, my very first month, I promoted to Ruby. And I was like, okay, let's go. Like, let's do this. And Carrie was like, okay, what's next? Emerald? I was like, no, I'm going diamond. And she looked at me and she's like, well, let's focus on Emerald. I was like, no, I'm going diamond. And so it's funny because that month in May, I'd have my emerald chart, and she was like, let's focus on it, but my diamond was always on top of it. Like, I took them both everywhere with me, and I was like, I'm going diamond. Like, I'm getting that $10,000 bonus. She's like, okay. And I remember she told me when I went, she was just shocked because she was like, I honestly didn't think you were going to do it, but you did it. And I just, you know, took that opportunity, and after I started using the products and feeling them change my body and like feeling how much better I was feeling after taking them, I was able to share that opportunity with everybody so much more. And you know, it took off. Honestly, for being a recovering alcoholic, being kicked out of school, and a young mom, what I have accomplished blows my mind, and I don't think it's actually hit me. In June, April, May, so then in June, I promoted to double diamond, and my boyfriend got on board, and he promoted to diamond. He was my diamond and my double chart, and in July, I was boxed in for triple, but things didn't go how I thought they were going to, and at first, I always share this with people because they're like, you know, you took off, you went so fast, you promoted each month, but like, did you ever have any hiccups? Like, there's no way you could have had hiccups. I'm like, no, there's been hiccups. Like, it hasn't been all perfect, and that's okay, I realized, because in July, when I didn't hit triple, that night that I thought I was going to, I was really upset at first. I think I cried the way home from the artist ball, which was like 15 minutes. But then I was like, Connor, snap out of it. Like, look at what God has placed in your life already and blessed you with, and look at where you could be, you know? Like, I could have, you know, stuck myself at distributor and not even tried, and here I was at double diamond, and I was boxed in for triple. So even though I was upset that I didn't hit it, because I think I was just so used to going bam, 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 and like people's expectations, I realized it was okay because God had a plan. And so then, I'll hurry up here, I know I'm being long. And
you know what? All of a sudden, it might be your speaker. All of a sudden, it kind of got a little crazy. Like, sounds windy.
Okay, now can you? Is it better?
Y'all hear the wind? Maybe it's my computer. Yes, wind. Are
wind.
you outside?
No!
Yeah, it went away as soon as you muted your
Is it better now?
a little better. Do you want to
How is it?
do you want to click out and then come back? We'll wait for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that here.
We'll just wait for you. We'll have a little dance.
Okay.
It would have been way cooler if I had music ready for us to have a dance party too. Here we go. Y'all don't know I really like Maroon 5. Unmute yourselves and let's dance.
What? Go.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, how do I remute it?
Ellen.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Are we good?
not really.
Oh! My... Okay, what about now?
Say something else?
Can you hear me good?
A little better, yeah.
Oh, my speaker is so ruined.
Did you drop it in the water?
No, I got my screen fixed and I think they screwed something up with my speaker.
Oh no.
I know, it's really bad. Is it somewhat, can you hear me somewhat?
I hear you a lot better than I was hearing you before.
Okay. Well, I'll try to speed it up here. I get going and I don't stop. Okay, so September I promoted to triple, and then in November was the big one and I went presidential.
Did you, when all of that was happening so quickly for you, were you doing any sort of like weekly, what were you doing every, every week, every day?
You know, like when I was going diamond, I don't think I slept that month. There were a time, I remember one specific night that I was up all night and I maybe took like a 2-hour nap because I knew Presley was going to be waking up and I needed energy to take care of her. And so, I just really worked on, contacting people. I had so many lists of people to contact, following up with people, and just really staying consistent in my posting because I wanted people to know that I was taking my business serious. And it's so important. Like, I think Natasha said earlier, even the people that aren't liking and commenting on your post, they're still watching because I've had so many people come to me and they end up ordering and I go back and look, I'm like, they never even liked the post of mine. And so they're watching, even though they're not liking and commenting. Like for example, I always tell my team, I could post a picture of Presley and she'll get 500 likes. And I post a business post and I get like 10 likes from distributors. And so just because they're not liking and commenting, don't let that get you down because they're still watching.
So did you have a big Facebook friend list before?
What was that? Sorry.
Did you have a lot of friends on Facebook before you got started?
I did have a lot of people on Facebook. When I got out of treatment, I cleaned it up a lot because I didn't want any ties to those people. And my Facebook was actually very locked down because I didn't want people to be able to contact me. And before I started It Works, I had to go, if you wanted to be my friend on Facebook, I had to go add you and you couldn't see my stuff. And now it's just open for the world.
How do you feel safe with everything public like that?
Yes, there's sometimes, because if I told you my whole story, you'd probably all have your jaws dropped. But there has been times also in my past where I had issues with stalkers and that, and the police were involved. And so part of opening it up and being so public and open with people I was very hesitant about it. But then, I just kind of always remind myself, I pray every night, God has my back, and if my story and putting myself out there and being vulnerable is going to help at least one person, I'm totally okay with doing it.
Wow, that's a great attitude. I think a lot of us struggle with either feelings of being unworthy or feelings of fear of what, there are dangerous people out there, and there are people that, not just dangerous, but people that want to hate or whatever. So
I guess one thing I would say about, feeling safe and putting yourself out there is if you think there's someone, lurking on your posts or, just feel uneasy about someone, I would just go block them. And as for, I know some people, a lot of us, we feel very uncomfortable sharing our stories. But like how I just said, if you, and even if you don't know that you helped them, they might tell you down the road. But you might be able, or somebody might be able to relate to you. And that may be the connection to bring a new distributor to their team. Because, they may see 10 of us, on Facebook doing our thing, but maybe they can't relate to any of us. So that's holding them back from joining us. And so, if you take those 5 seconds of courage and just put it out there with the world, there might be 10 people that they connect to that story.
Can you think of any specific thing that you do that might be unique or special that others aren't doing?
That's a good one. I don't know. That's a good question, though. Making me think.
You've built your business mostly through social media.
Yes.
Are you messaging, hundreds of people a day like Natasha was, or how did you get to presidential as quickly as you did?
I would say the way I work, my business has changed a little bit. When I started, I messaged a ton, and I just went full force messaging people. And now, as I look at it more, I think I still message people, but when I message them, I don't want to just sound like, I know there's a problem lately where people are just like, hey, want to join my team, and they don't make it personable and genuine. And I think that's really important, because if somebody came to me like that, I'd probably go and block them, to be honest. And I want to be able to make that connection with people, and so I really try to build some sort of, you don't have to be best friends with them before you message them, but really try to make some sort of connection with them. Even if you message them before you offer them the business opportunity and be like, hey girl, I really love your hair color. It can be as simple as that. Just spark some sort of relationship with them. And then just leave it, start with just that and just leave it. And then wait for them to reply, and maybe you guys will get to talking. Create that relationship to be genuine.
How many hours a day do you spend working on your business?
Oh man. I'd say I put in a good amount. Every day is so different for me. Presley's home with me every single day, which I love, but yet at the same time, we get a little crazy, and I'll message someone, and then I have to go get up and make a snack or get juice. And so I kind of say, in my world, I'm kind of working it all day, but it's spur of the moment, because I have her running around and I have her with me. When she takes her nap, I really make sure to do a power hour, so I can stay focused and the laundry can wait. And so,
what does your power hour look like? How do you break that up?
I kind of change it.
Hi.
I change it up all the time. Sometimes it's building those relationships on Instagram with people. Sometimes it's literally starting at the bottom of my messages on Facebook and my archive, and just going through them and seeing who did I not message back? Who did I forget to follow up with? And I'd say they're different every day, but just something specific, or even following on Instagram. And sometimes they're a mixture of all. It just kind of depends.
How are you able to find, because I think a lot of us struggle with, we'll find team members and then they don't do anything in the business.
I struggle with it too. We all do. I'd say, sorry, I'll let you finish. I'm jumping ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, how do you, when you place someone right where you need them and you start building underneath them, and then they're not doing what you need them to do for your next promotion, how do you do that?
I always say place to promote. I mean, fill your boxes, because your runners, they're always going to rise to the top. And yes, it sucks sometimes because you're like, why would she quit? Like, I just placed people under her. I literally just had a girl do that last week. She's boxing for executive, and she quit. I'm like, what the heck? But, you know, like Claire Leitner, I really like her. One of the things she says is, you know, let them go. Just let them go because there's going to be more. And your runners will come, and God, you know, God filled your boxes, so take it as it is. And even though, you know, it's like, oh, but I'm placing oils under them, that's okay. If it gets you to promote, go for it, because you're going to make more money promoting than you would sitting where you're at. And then just go on the next month, because, you know, like, they can rise above that box. So I would just say, stay positive, use them for your promotion if you need to, and go on.
So are you a super high recruiter? You enroll tons of distributors every month?
I would say pretty much, yeah. Now, so, I mean, in the beginning when I first started, I felt like I wasn't, but then it slowly started picking up, and I think what caused that was me being consistent. People see my positivity and how much passion I have for what I do.
Oh, she disappeared. We had a question from Tani, and I was going to let her ask you, but she disappeared for a second. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you. Tani Rodriguez, she's about to be a double diamond, and she says, when you were up all night working towards diamond, how were you finding new people to talk to?
I would say I was, you know, really going through Instagram, and one of my biggest things is going like online boutiques, like finding people that have the same interests as me. So, like having a daughter, I have bows and headbands everywhere, and you know, there's a couple boutiques that just specialize in bows, and I'd go down their list and like find moms and start creating relationships with them, like even just for loyal customers. And then I'd also say my up all night things were really just focusing on getting organized, making sure I had my follow-up list for the next day. Even like, I know some people are like, oh my gosh, you messaged after midnight. But I'm like, you know what, that's when my baby's sleeping and that's when I get to work. So, and then the next morning it was like Christmas because I'd have all these messages. So even if my follow-up messages weren't during the day, I could get to them at night and make sure I got to them, and then the next day I'd have the answers, and then I could respond to them.
That's awesome. So you know what? I'm one of the people that have a really hard time with Instagram. I find it difficult to connect with people. I prefer Facebook. Right. When you're adding or you're messaging people from these from the boutique pages and things like that, what are you saying to them to get them to interact with you?
Even like commenting on their posts before I message them, and it's like, oh my gosh, girl, he's like, your baby's so cute, or you know, oh my gosh, your hair is so pretty, look at your lashes, you know, just genuine little comments like that. And we always, it's a team joke, we're always like, even if the baby's not cute, just say he's cute. And so, you know, just like creating that comment, because you know, people get likes and that's awesome, but let's be honest, if you see somebody comment on your post, you're like, oh yay, somebody commented.
So what do you teach your teams to do? Do they all work through social media like you, or?
A lot of them do. A lot of them have built their businesses just like I have, straight through social media. There are some that do parties here and there, and you know, like I'm not a big party girl, but if my team wants to do them, I'll go out and help them with them. But otherwise, for the most part, a lot of them are social media.
That's awesome. So do you launch your team members, or do you just sort of let them go?
I kind of let them decide if they want me to launch them. If they want to do a house party, you know, I'm like, okay, let's pick it and set it up, and I'll come do it for you. I'll help you out with it. Some of them do online parties, and I'll have them invite their friends and family, and then I'll do the hosting for them. And then to get them going otherwise, you know, I give them a few starter posts. They're like, okay, you know, start with this, like this, where you can start off, and then when people start asking you, just let me know, and then I will help respond. And so I basically just walk them through, their first messages, so they know what to say and they don't feel overwhelmed and aren't worried about being on people.
That's awesome. Does anybody have any more questions for Connor? Please feel free to unmute yourself and just shout them out. Stacy, you got one?
Do I have like 3,916 questions? Sure. Seriously, you're like a huge inspiration for me. Like,
Oh, thank you.
I think that for a lot of us, just kind of knowing, I think that a lot of us that are on this call expected more of a boom earlier in the season this year. And I kind of, like, I built kind of quickly too. I went diamond pretty quick, 3 months. And then I hit October, this past October, and I was like pretty much sleeping. And so now, like, going backwards, I realized a lot of that kind of was in my head.
Right.
But going forward, what are your best pieces of advice for solidifying the volume that you need to maintain the next promotion?
I really make sure I'm so big on placing people, and I don't think I've kept a loyal customer since I went Ruby, unless it was on accident. I did do that last month. I kind of kicked myself for it, but it's okay. But, you know, just placing your loyals, and, you know, if you had to fill boxes in certain areas, make sure you focus on those boxes first so that volume maintains. But really,
And then,
what was that?
so where you are right there, like, do you start from the bottom of your chart up?
I usually go, I probably should do that now that you say that, but no, I more so go, I look at the top first and then I go down. But I really make sure to work those leaders that are in those promotion spots. I really make sure to, like, push them to work with their teams and be like, okay, like, work with this volume here, and then we're going to go with the next volume. I really make sure they focus on their first step first, because I don't want them losing, like, 2 promotions if they were going to lose one, to only lose one.
I love you. Thank you so much for saying that. That's so huge. And then do you believe in stacking distributors under non-working boxes?
I'm really hesitant on that just because watch out. My thing with stacking distributors is if they have a significant amount of volume that's under 150, then I'll think about stacking them. But if the volume that's there is only about 20 or 30, I'm just like, you know what? Let's just start over.
Sure.
Instead of placing that distributor draw.
Sure. Okay. No, I really appreciate
it. If it's a visual person, then it just confuses me.
Okay. No, I appreciate it. Thank you so very much.
Yeah.
I really do.
I have a question. You always seem so happy, and you just exude joy. How do you keep your motivation tank full?
Oh, I would say, I think for me, one of my biggest things is Presley, and she's with me every single day, and only, you know, I get emotional with it, but just knowing, you know, everything that I went through in the past, I was at such a dark time in my life, and now I have this little blonde girl running around my house every day, and I see her, and she just inspires me like no other. And when I see, like today, for example, I love this girl's story, and I can't wait until she comes out in the open with it, because she hasn't told anybody, and I didn't know until a few weeks ago. But when I see my teammates, when I see them promote, and I see this like light inside them that's been dead, I can so relate to them on such a different level, because I kind of like in me that completely got demolished in my years of drinking and using, and I got revived again, and I got a second chance. And when I see these girls, these guys, you know, get their second chance at life, I know what's going to happen to them, and I know what's happening to my life, and seeing it happen to them, it just, like, okay, Claire, you got to get up, you got to get out of bed, and you got to inspire these girls. And, you know, obviously I have my bad days, and I have my days where I'm pissed as hell, but I just get through it. I'm like, okay, snap out of it, because this attitude's not going to get you anywhere. And the girl that I was just talking about, she promoted to diamond this month, and, you know, she had a few down months where she was just really discouraged, but she promoted to diamond, and commissions posted today, and we had a Zoom call with our team, and she was the only one in just tears, and you could tell she was so relieved, because the month before she was scavenging the house for money just to buy food for her son. And that's all she could afford. And she saw her jet stage. She goes, I cannot wait to go to the grocery store. And so it's things like that that I'm reminded of every single day. I mean, I had it bad at one point, but, you know, my parents were kind of always there to help me and pick me up. But knowing that, you know, those people that are just like, oh my gosh, I got to start some money in my house so I can feed my son, seeing their lives change, it gets me every single day. So I'd say that's what keeps me going.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that.
Sorry for the tears.
What is your, I'll let you go. We don't want to keep you all night. What is your best tip to all these ladies? Everyone on this call is a Ruby leader and up, and we love to help them become the leaders that they want to be.
Exactly. I would say my biggest tip for people is to, one, never give up. And two,
Connor,
second tip, what?
I'm so sorry. I want to hear it, but your speaker got all weird.
Okay, now is it? No? Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. Is it better?
A little better, yeah.
Okay, I'll talk really close. I would say my biggest tip is to never give up, because if you give up, the only way you can fail is by giving up. And my second tip would be to never, what was I just going to say? I can't think of how I was going to word it. Oh, never make the decision for someone if they need this business or not, because there were girls that I was, you know, really hesitant to ask if they wanted to join my team, because one of them, example, already had a $1 million boutique that she was running. And she, like, next thing I knew, she joined my team because, you know, she has all these women, you know, she wants to inspire women and sees these women that want to own their own business. But, you know, not everybody can start a boutique and have it be successful. But here they can spend $99 on an investment where they can make their money back and so much more. And so she joined because she wanted to help other women do so. And so just never, you know, decide for someone if they need this or not.
Wow, thank you so much, y'all. I mean, we are just so honored and so thrilled that you took the time to speak with us. Y'all feel free to mute yourself, and we can all say good night. If there's any,
Keep pushing, don't give up.
thank you so much.
You're welcome.